Ladies and gentlemen, g'day. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Economics Mate, and this is World of Tanks Blitz. And if you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by. And if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing if you like what you see. We're going to be talking about Reforged. We're going to be talking about Reforged today, what I like about the update and what I dislike about the update, or the test, whatever you want to call it, the Ultra Test 3. So, without further ado, we're going to go through the things that I actually like about this Ultra Test 3, the things that Wargaming changed that I actually approve of, and then we're going to go through the list of things that I think Wargaming need to improve on in order to, make Reforged better. So, first and foremost is the sets, the tank trees, the tank sets, much better looking now, very well looked after, free flowing. Everything seems in place the way it should be, as it would in a tech tree style. It's what we want. It's what Wargaming have promised us, and guess what? They have delivered. They have delivered quite comfortably. It looks really, really nice. It's incorporated with, of course, the different type of sets. So I'm more than happy with the design layout of this thing, including, of course, the actual sets that these tanks come in. If you actually click on the tanks and you have a look at the sets, it's slightly better looking. So yeah, I quite like it. I think they've done a really good job with how they've presented it in this case. So big up for the tank trees or the tank sets in the tech trees. They look a lot better than what they did previously. So that's number one. Number two, and I can see my camera is lagging a little bit. Number two is probably going to be the crew skills. So if we actually go up here to where the username is, click on crew skills. Crew skills are back, or crew perks. This is something that I like. It's what people have been asking for, to get rid of commanders and bring back crew skills, because obviously we've been grinding crew skills for so many years. It'll be basically stupid to just remove it completely and change it for a new thing. The concept was decent, but the execution was horrendous with the commanders, hence the reason why they decided to revert back to the crew skills, which I think we can all approve of. So that's a big thumbs up right there. That's something that they did very, very well. The filter, the tank search, the filter, much better. It's a much better system now. It's easier to follow. It's easier to find the tank that you need, because you can just type in the tank that you're looking for, and it should hypothetically show up straight away. So I'm very happy with that. The tank search function, of course, the filters are much better than Ultra Test 1 and 2. So definitely a big up there. I'm very, very happy with those changes. Now, what else is there? I think the graphics are really, really good as well. So the graphics are improved, the physics as well has improved, and technically the optimization has improved as well. So I'm very much a fan of the physics. I'm very much a fan of the designs of the tanks, and the 3D camouflages that some of these tanks have, like on the mouse, for instance. It looks really, really good. And just the physics in general has improved substantially since Ultra Test 1. Again, there is some room for improvement, but I think overall they've done a good job in that sense. Okay, so that's all the things that I like about Ultra Test 3. Here's the things that I don't like. Number one, and this is probably the most obvious one. Number one being the overheating issues. When I'm literally just recording a video right now, I'm not downloading anything. My phone has now overheated to the point where it's actually hard to hold it because it's that hot. It is hot outside, but I'm in a car that's quite cool. If you're wondering what car I'm in an Audi RS7, beautiful car. Regardless, that's not the fact. The fact of the matter is, it's nice and cool in here, and yet my phone is absolutely going nuclear. So Wargaming, you need to fix this issue. I'm not the only one that has this issue. I don't have a low-end phone. I have a pretty high-end phone. There's other players out there who have higher-end phones than I do, and they still are getting overheating issues when they're trying to play Reforged. So it's definitely got to do with Unreal Engine and how it's obviously rendering, all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely something that I would fix for sure. So that's something that I dislike about this update. Number two, the fact that Wargaming have selected certain tanks to put at tier, have moved up a tier for some reason. So obviously, the big talk of the town is the Kampfpanzer 70, which has been moved to tier 10. Yes, they are rebalancing it. Yes, they are trying to make it suitable for tier 10 gameplay. But at the same time, what was the real reason why Wargaming decided to move this tank into tier 10, move the Kayla, which is a tier 8 German heavy tank, up to tier 9, the T27, Skoda T27 up to tier 9, the T2020 up to tier 9, the TS60 up to tier 9. And on top of that, what else is there? There's the I could have sworn there was another tank that was also switched to tier 9. I'll figure out which one. I'll figure out which tank it is later. But for the time being, yeah, those are the tanks that have been shifted to 9. Oh, the type the what do you call it? The type 59 pattern. Why was that the 59 pattern? Why was that moved to tier 9? Like, all the tanks are just listed apart from maybe the Kayla are all mediocre tanks at best. Like, seriously, I can understand the type, even, I can't even understand actually most of the tanks. The Type 59 pattern, or the 59 pattern, that's just a crappy tank anyway. Why would you put it up a tier? It struggles at tier 8 as it is. Why would it move up a tier anyway to tier 9? The T2020, I like the T2020. Most people don't like it, and they don't really play it that often, which is maybe the reason why they moved it to tier 9, to sort of make it relevant again. But even then, why is it at tier 9? The T27, that struggled at tier 8. I mean, it didn't struggle, but it did alright. But, like, against tier 10 tanks, it's going to struggle unless they somehow buff it. So you get what I'm trying to say here. There was no reason why these tanks needed to have been shifted up a tier. No reason whatsoever, other than to make them relevant, I guess. So that's another thing that I dislike about this update. What would be... Oh, number 3. And this is probably the most annoying of them all, is just the lag issues that we have in general on the test server. Like, if I try to click the garage button, trying to get back into my garage after a battle is finished from the battle results screen, there's a good, 5 to 10 second delay before I'm even into my garage. Why should that happen? Or when I'm trying to jump into a battle, it tells me, let's get this show on the road, but I'm still stuck on the battle screen. Like, it shouldn't have to do that, Wargaming. It should be instantaneous, you're in, you're out. That's how it should be. But instead, we're lagging constantly. So that's another big issue too. Number 4 would be the joysticks. The joysticks, if you're playing on touch, you'll notice this when you're playing. It feels very stiff. It feels very rigid. It doesn't feel smooth at all. And I don't know why that's that's an issue, but I guess... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but that's a big issue that needs to be addressed, and I think that Wargaming needs to address that for sure, because you're unable to play properly or effectively on mobile because the joystick just feels so stiff and rigid. It's not like Dava Blitz where it's nice and smooth. So that's another thing I don't like, and I think needs to be changed. What else is there? There was a couple of other things as well that I'm trying to remember what I said. Oh, yes, the win rate. The win rate on certain tanks. Why is Wargaming still hiding those win rates? It's there, but it's barely visible. That's something that I think some people were messaging me on Discord about that. They were DMing me on Discord about that, about why Wargaming have done that. And honest to God, I don't know. Wargaming said that they were going to, make win rate visible again, but I had a lot of people telling me that why is the win rate for a lot of my tanks, I can't see them. Again, Wargaming, fix this. I know you did it so people can be less toxic, but at the end of the day, if people want to see their statistics, let them see their statistics. Let them see their statistics. It's more than easy for them to say, oh, I don't want people to look, but at the end of the day, they want to see their statistics. Let them see their statistics. Simple as that. Please don't try to hide them a lot more than, what you've been doing. So that's another thing right there, that apparently the statistics have been hidden. What else is there? What else? Yeah, just a generalization, just everything, just the little nitty-bitty things. And probably the biggest one, and still a concerning factor that a lot of people have been telling me about, is keys. Keys, I think, should not even be part of the game. I don't understand why we need to have keys. Like, I get the concept, I get it. It's to limit the amount of sets that people can play, for newer players to play, so they don't get bogged down or too confused. But again, I don't know where they got this information from, or these statistics, because it's just confusing to have sets, not just sets, but have keys. There shouldn't be keys, because then you're putting these keys behind a paywall. But there's a lot of people saying, oh, but you can grind the keys by leveling up your your player profile, blah blah blah. Yeah, but you get two keys, 3 keys, maybe 5 keys. 3 keys, 2 keys, but you have to keep leveling up in order to get enough keys to unlock all the sets that you want. I don't understand. We shouldn't have keys. There should not be another currency involved into Blitz. We complain about Steel being involved, and guess what? They remove Steel. So let's see if they can remove keys. Oh, one more thing. This just pisses me off so much. Let me actually no. Let me go to a lower tier tank because this is just really annoying me. Let's go to tier 7. Let's pick something like the Tiger 1. No. Let's pick the SU. Let's pick the SU, okay? The SU-152. Okay, look, notice how the SU-152 has got the 122mm gun. I don't want to play the SU-152 with the 122mm gun. I want to go to upgrades. And I want to click on the gun that I want. But where? Where can I click? Am I blind? Can I see? Where do I click? Where is it that I can click? Here, details. Is it in details? No, it's not in details. Where can I click in order to get the modules that I want? I don't want to have the 122mm gun. I want to have, see, equipment. Like, look at this. What do we got here? Consumables, ammo, equipment. Guys, I don't understand. I don't want to have the 122mm gun. I want to have the 152mm gun. That's fantastic. Tank enrichment. This is a big problem. This right here was one of the big issues that I was talking about, and I'm going to leave off with this issue right here. Automatic upgrades. Why should we have an automatic upgrade button? I don't want to automatically upgrade my tank on what the game sees fit as being the best possible options. I want to put modules that I want to fit on my tank manually. I don't need the game to tell me what modules I want to fit to my tank, and it shouldn't have to tell you for you guys either. So that's another big issue I think people need to worry about. And a little thing that I'm nitpicking as well is like, why do we have no normal numerals here? Like, why do we have 7, 8, 9? Why can't it just be Roman numerals like we're so used to? Apparently it's because the player base don't understand Roman numerals. Right. Sure. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's my full list of things that I like and dislike. I personally think Ultra Test 3 is a much better improvement than what we've seen from Ultra Test 1 and 2. Definitely an improvement, and I'm glad that Wargaming have taken initiative to make the changes that they did. However, that being said, with all the things that I've listed, I think there's plenty to fix, plenty of things to work on, and plenty of issues to resolve. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of what needs to be fixed and what doesn't need to be fixed. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourselves, look after your friends and family, peace in the Middle East, and everywhere else in this beautiful world. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye. Tell me in the comments down below. Give me feedback. I want to pass this feedback on to Wargaming so they know. And of course, post this feedback as well in the official Discord server where there are the official channels that you're allowed to post feedback on Reforged. All right? See you, gents.